Bonjour! You have decided to continue learning French to CSEC level? That's a good decision. And today I will explain to you the structure of the French CSEC examination. CSEC stands for Caribbean Secondary Examination Certificate. And that's what we call it all the time, CSEC. So, vous êtes prêts? C'est parti! CXC is the name of the board and it stands for Caribbean Examination Council. And they have come up with 3 papers, paper 3, paper 2 and paper 1. So let's look at those 3 papers. Have you noticed that I started with paper 3? I did because that's the first paper you're going to have. And this paper is basically your SBA. So you will first have your paper 3, which is your oral, then your writing, which is paper 2, and you will finish with the multiple choice question paper, which is paper 1. Now, what I'm interested in is the weighting of the exams, and you're going to see that the oral is worth 33%, whilst the writing is 42%. So you need to really spend a lot of time on your writing, and the MCQ is worth 25%. This is a screenshot of my channel, French Action, and I'm in the section which says playlists. And in the playlists section, you will see CSEC paper 2, CSEC paper 1, and CSEC paper 3. So you just need to actually go into each playlist and then watch the videos which are related to the paper. So let's look at paper 3, which is our first paper. So on the day you will have 3 activities. 2 activities with some preparation, and I'm just going to tell you what they are. Situations first, so you will be given 5 situations, and then a reading. So you will have to read out loud a text which will be given to you. So for the situations is out of 25 marks, and you will be assessed on appropriateness and fluency as well as grammar and vocabulary. For the reading, obviously you will be assessed on how you pronounce, how fluent you are, and the way you use your intonation. So as you can see, a big difference in terms of marks is 25 marks for the situations, but only 10 marks for the reading. The last activity has no preparation and it is called guided conversation. So you'll be given 16 questions. So it's basically a conversation with the examiner. The examiner will ask you 16 questions, and the 16 questions will be on several themes, which we are going to see in a minute. You will be assessed on comprehension, spontaneity, fluency, accuracy, and range of vocabulary. And this will come up to 45 marks. And the grand total for the 3 activities will come up to 80 marks. There are 6 themes on the syllabus, but every year you will be assessed on 4 themes, hence 16 questions in the guided conversation. The 6 themes are home and family, school and careers, sports and recreations, daily routine, shopping, and travel. After paper 3 comes, as I explained to you before, paper 2. You will be required to complete 4 tasks. 1, 10 situations, then a letter, then a contextual dialogue to complete, and then answer questions related to a text in French. So you will start with 10 situations. Here's what the instruction is like, write in French the information required for each of the situations given below. Do not use more than one sentence for each situation. A complete sentence may not be necessary for each situation. Do not translate the situations given. And that is worth 30 marks. 3 marks per situation. After the situations comes the letter. Use the following outline as a guide to write a letter of no more than 130 to 150 words in French. Use the tenses appropriate to the topic you have chosen. Of course, you will be given some cues with the letter, and this is worth 30 marks. Then comes the contextual dialogue, and it will say something like, using 80 to 100 words to complete a dialogue between you and Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so by giving your response in French, and then you will be given 5 cues. And that is worth 20 marks. Then you will complete paper 2 with a reading comprehension, and it will say something like, read the following selection carefully, do not translate, but answer the questions in English. So obviously, the questions will be in English, but the text will be in French, and that is worth 20 marks. There are several videos on letter writing, and I would advise you to watch them because writing a letter is a very important part of the exam. And students have told me how useful those videos were. So I hope you will watch them so that you can improve your writing skills. And your last paper would be the multiple choice paper. So you would be given something like this, and with your pencil you will have to shade the right answer. Is it A, B, C, or D? Paper 1 is made of 2 parts. Part A, which deals with the listening comprehension, and I'm going to go into it in a minute, and part B, which itself has 2 parts. The first part deals with the grammar and the vocabulary, and that is text completion, and the second part is the reading comprehension. It is important for you to know what the listening is about so that you choose the right text to listen to. Section 1 is picture matching. Section 2 is statement completion. Section 3 is public announcements. And section 4 is basically a story. This video on French public announcements is often neglected by students, but I need to remind you that public announcements are part of your listening. So don't forget public announcement when it comes to paper 1. Now let's talk about grades. Are they important? Yes, of course they are. And the ones I would like you to just focus on is grade 1, 2, and 3. Don't bother with the others because really, for me, 4, 5, 6 are just pure fail. Okay? So grade 1 represents an outstanding performance. We are talking about 90, 80s. Grade 2 represents a good standard of performance, and grade 3 represents a fairly good standard of performance. Anything less, we're not interested. Okay? So remember, you're working towards grade 1, 2, and 1 and 2 in particular, but 3 if you're not a strong student. Here are some examples of videos which you can find on French Action. French Action will definitely help you with your CSEC, French CSEC examinations. But please don't watch them 2 days before the exam. They need to be watched well long before, and then you can watch them again if necessary, but you need to start the work now. And that's the reason why this video is done in September. All right? So I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it useful. And if it's the case, please like it, share it, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. Au revoir.